every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 192nd day of my challenge, where I'm currently still waiting for my ice cream machine to freeze. And if you're watching this video, that video will already, I don't even know what grammar to use, will have been up. I don't know. At this moment, I'm still waiting for the machine to freeze, but that's the previous episode, vanilla gelato. I couldn't succeed from the first time, so while I'm waiting for that to happen, I figured why not to try another recipe, and why not to try another recipe that you suggested. So one of you suggested trying a recipe which is so way into the future that I don't even know when I would have tried it, but I'm gonna try it today, and it's Thanksgiving lasagna. I have to be honest, the video and the written recipe is, for me, is such a mess. It was so hard for me to follow it just because the amounts were not exact. So I want to put this out there in advance that I will mention all the exact measurements that I'm gonna use, because there were a little bit of that, again, some, I cannot work with that. So I will mention everything precisely, so that's one. Second thing is, I don't know, is it too ambitious or not, but when I went to buy some poultry seasoning, I saw that there are so many of them that I figured, you know what, as I like things to be precise, I thought I will make my own homemade poultry seasoning blend so that I would know exactly what the taste is. So whenever I decide to recreate it, I would already know the blend, because one time I can buy one, another time I can buy another one, and the end dish won't be the same. So I will show you in the ingredients part which herbs and spices I will use for the homemade poultry seasoning blend. And the funny thing is that I will use a substitution in a substitution, because I needed dry sage, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, I really looked for it, but as I couldn't find, I will just use fresh sage. So whenever you're doing that, you want to keep the ratio 1 to a third, 1 being fresh herbs and the third being dry ones. So that's one of the things I wanted to mention. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention is about the rosemary. You'll see some dark looking rosemary, right? And it's because I was actually holding the plant, and I'm still holding the plant outside, and it's below zero, like -20. So the plant froze, but I figured, I don't know, it's still good. And when I brought it in, it defrosted and it started smelling like a rosemary. So I'm thinking it is like normal rosemary, it's just really dark. So do I have anything else I want to mention? I kind of wanted to show the puppy, but she's sleeping now, maybe in the very end. And another thing, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna make the dish today. I feel like I will start, but maybe I will finish tomorrow, because it's pretty late and I'm already tired. But we'll see. So now let's go over the ingredients and let's get started. We're gonna need 1 kilo of butternut squash, peeled, seeded, and diced into about 1.5 centimeter pieces, 700 grams of ground turkey, 500 grams of no-boil lasagna sheets, 200 grams of cheddar cheese, grated and divided into 2 equal portions, 80 grams of freshly grated Parmesan, divided into 2 equal portions as well, 1 cup of chicken stock, and this half a cube will do, 1 large onion, finely chopped, 3 cloves of garlic, chopped, 3.5 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of poultry seasoning, or 1 tablespoon of fresh sage, finely chopped, 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground thyme, half a teaspoon of ground marjoram, 3 3/8 of a teaspoon of ground rosemary, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of finely ground black pepper, 30 grams of butter, and salt and pepper. And for the white sauce, we're gonna need 1 liter of milk, 40 grams of freshly grated Parmesan, 50 grams of cheddar cheese, grated, 70 grams of butter, 50 grams of flour, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, fresh thyme, rosemary, and sage, 2 sprigs each, tied with some kitchen twine, and salt and pepper. I'll start with the butternut squash turkey filling. So here I have a large nonstick skillet. Actually, this is the largest one I could find, with the olive oil already inside, preheating over medium heat. And once it's hot, I'm gonna add in the turkey, and while breaking it apart with a wooden spatula or a spoon if you have, I'm gonna cook it for 4 minutes. And now I'm gonna add an onion and the garlic, season everything lightly with salt and pepper, and cook for 6 minutes. Oh my goodness, I'm not really sure where I stopped. But clearly I wasn't recording. So I've added the poultry seasoning, mixed it in, now added the butternut squash, season it lightly with salt and pepper, and now I'm mixing it in and cooking for 1 minute. Okay, and now I think, is this the last ingredient for this filling? I believe it is. So I'm gonna add in the chicken stock, cover the pan with a lid, and cook for 15 minutes. Okay, you know what? I'm starting to think that I undersalted this, so I'll season it with a tiny bit more of salt. Done. Okay, and now let's make the white sauce. So I have a pot here to which I'm gonna add the butter and melt it over medium-low heat. Perfect. So now I'll add in the flour, and while constantly stirring, I'm gonna cook it for 1 minute until I cook out that raw flour taste. Very nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a bunch of stuff. So first of all, the milk, then the nutmeg. I have herbs there. I will season everything with salt and pepper, and then while stirring pretty much constantly, I'm gonna cook it for 7 minutes or until the sauce has thickened. Seven minutes have passed, but I'm not there yet. Look, this hasn't thickened enough or at all yet. So I've increased the heat just a touch, and I'll just keep on cooking until, well, I have a thicker sauce. So 7 more minutes have passed, and you know what, guys? I think I'm learning to understand when the sauce has thickened. I mean, when you look at it, yeah, it's pretty obvious, but it's not when you just start cooking. Like, that was not an obvious thing for me. So look, now when I mix it, like, this might be so funny to some of you, but for me, it's like a eureka moment here. Like, when you mix it, you can feel it's thicker, and when you look like so, it's also like you can see it. but I honestly couldn't when I was doing this for the first time. So now, so in total it took me 14 minutes to reach this nice creamy stage. So now I will remove the herbs and stir in cheddar and Parmesan. Okay, and this is done as well. So now I can pretty much start assembling, but before that I will turn on the oven to preheat to 200 degrees and I will prepare this baking dish. Oh my goodness, I said that all with one breath. So anyways, about the baking dish, it should be somewhat like 23 by 33 centimeters in size. But now I'm thinking, will it be deep enough? I went and bought this dish specifically for this recipe, but I don't know, I have so much stuff I will put in there. I hope it fits. So before I start doing that, I will butter it with this butter. Butter with butter, oh my goodness. Okay, so actually 1 tablespoon is enough. Can you tell? I love getting my hands dirty. So here's everything. First I want to start with the cheese. Remember, I've divided each of them into 2 equal portions, and here's why. 1 of each will be for the very top, almost in the very end of making this dish. So I will move it right there and forget it. So now this will be for working with the layers. So I'll put it here, and I've tried in my mind, and that's my puppy you can hear there because she woke up and now it's her playtime. So in my mind I've tried to kind of make this process as simple as possible because it's a lot of stuff to remember. So if you think that you want to divide everything into quarters, then it actually becomes so easy, like instantly. So first, I will start with the 2 ladlefuls of the white sauce. I will spread them on the very bottom of this baking dish. On top of that, I will put 4 pieces of lasagna sheets. And I want them to overlay a little bit over each other. And then here's the process which will start and be repeating until everything kind of runs out. So I'll take 1/4 of the butternut squash turkey filling, spread it on top of the lasagna sheets, noodles, well, over lasagna layer. Then take 1/4 of each of the cheeses, sprinkle them on top of that as well, and top with 2 ladlefuls, 2 ladlefuls of the white sauce. And I will repeat everything again. The noodles, the filling, cheeses, a white sauce, and I will be repeating until these run out. So the very top layer will be the lasagna sheets, and I will put whatever is left of the white sauce, and the lasagna will be assembled. And I'm thinking I will have some leftovers of that, if I counted correctly. So this is one interesting looking lasagna, isn't it? I feel like this dish isn't perfect for this job just because it's narrower at the bottom and it kind of widens up towards the top, and it's not deep enough. I mean, you can definitely see that the top layers are outside, which kinda a little bit is a problem because I'm supposed to now cover this with aluminum foil, and I don't really want it to touch the top layer because I feel like then the sauce will just stick to the aluminum foil, but I don't know, I'll figure it out. And yes, it's my puppy's toy, you can hear. By the way, I was right. I do have some leftovers, quite a lot actually. So now, while I'm putting the aluminum foil here, I might as well put it on my baking sheet as well, because I have a feeling it might splash or spill or whatever. So once everything is aluminized, I will put it into the oven for 50 minutes. This is heavy. Okay, so now I will uncover it carefully. Sprinkle the cheeses for the topping, that is cheddar and the Parmesan, and put it back into the oven uncovered for 20 more minutes. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. Oh, I'm so happy. So happy. Oh my goodness, I feel like this turned out perfect. By the way, can you hear that? That's my doggy snoring, kinda. So now, before cutting into it and serving, I will let it cool down for 30 minutes. Okay, so we have full home today. My mom is here, our little puppy somewhere here. She wants to participate in everything as well. Where is she? I can hear, but I cannot.
He's
there? Yeah, she will make some noise. So, let's try this. This took so many days, didn't it? I really hope that this will be tasty. Oh, choose. It's in German, chooses.
Okay.
Bye or something.
Choose.
Cheers. Bon appetit. Skanos. Oh my god, I'm so happy. This is tasty. You don't like it, do you? What don't you like? I already know, Harvey. What don't you like?
What is this? Like under.
Like what?
Like under.
Kipkas?
Gintaras.
Amber?
Yeah.
This is pumpkin.
Okay.
This is so late. It will be so funny if you like. Okay, but you like it. You're eating it. It's really creamy.
It's tasty.
Is it really? Do you like it?
I don't like lasagna generally. As it is yours, I like it really. It's tasty.
You don't like lasagna?
No.
Okay, maybe not the person to invite. This is nice.
But anyway, it's tasty.
I think it's because it's moist. It's not dry. If you knew how rich this is, so many calories. But I think that's what makes it so tasty. Oh, our puppy
I don't worry
came.
about calories.
Luna. Say hi to everyone.
So let's give her a try this one.
Can
Have
she
this
try?
very small piece.
Luna.
Oh, it's really tasty.
Puppy approved.
So
Okay.
she wants more. Do you see?
Yeah, she wants.
Oh, is it tasty?
Aww. So you know, this recipe actually was suggested by one of them. They asked me to try this recipe out. It's so much into the future. I think I would have tried it like, I don't know, 2-3 years from today. Ah! She has some medicine. I told you it will be all over the place. So if you want, go and check the original recipe by Laura there. I have medicine all over. Okay, I think we should go. So where could they find the written recipe? Do you know?
Here?
No, that's the original one.
Which one? What?
The written one.
The written here.
In the description box. We will be running away already, so I really hope that this was fun and helpful, that you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon. Bye!